There you go. Sorted it. I've got 300 people around one thing.
Right, okay, everyone, listen up for us. We'll make a start now. Right, okay. Thanks very much, everyone, for making the way here today. I know some of you have come not too far, some of you have come really far. So thanks very much for all being here relatively on time, which is great. Okay, so I'll keep my bit quick and then I'll pass you over to Duncan. I'll just do a little bit of housekeeping stuff before we start. Anyone needs a toilet, you haven't got to put your hand up or anything, just go. I've actually just found two, so if you go out that door and turn right, there's a couple of toilets just there. Strangely, they've both got very non-specific things on the front, so use either. It doesn't matter. I don't know I can't tell which one's the male and which one's the female, I genuinely can't. So there's two toilets out there. Yeah, gender neutral toilets out there. So you use them. In terms of fire alarms, we've not been told there's any fire alarms, anything like that today. So if anything goes, we've got the register. Follow us, we'll go out the front and meet out the front, okay? Just in the little, bit outside the front of the shop out there. Yeah, so it's...
Later.
What's that?
Later.
Yeah, that's a big thing for us, as Matt says there. We always have to spend about half an hour cleaning up after most of these sessions. We'd appreciate it if we didn't have to do that. We've got to go home and stuff like that as well. So there's bins by the door. Just make sure you're putting all your litter away and all your rubbish away in the bins, or take it with you or stuff. So basically try and leave the room how we found it before you got here today. In terms of the day, you've all got a workbook. It's got a timetable in the front. We'll try and stick to that as much as possible. The main thing about this workshop is it's going to be interactive, and I know the noise out here as we've just been stood talking ourselves, there's loads of noise. We'd appreciate if Duncan's asking questions or anyone's asking questions, you feed back as much as possible. That makes the workshop good for you lot, makes it good for us as well, and it also helps you answer your questions in your booklets. So that's what we'll be doing. We'll be going through stuff and answering the question in your booklet, but not let's do this question, this question, this question. We'll be talking around the topics generally, and it'll give you time to answer your questions. Okay? So yeah, as much information from you, feedback, especially like the psychology and mental health, we're not in your position, you are. So the more information you can give us, especially Duncan, the more we can give back to you. And it might be something that you've not thought of, but someone else mentions it and you think, oh yeah, actually that does make sense to me. And then you've taken something away from the workshop. Okay, so has anyone got any questions about that? Anyone got any questions at all? Mobile phones, put them away for us, unless, are you going to need them to get them out?
There's two occasions when we'll do something.
Okay, so there are occasions where you'll be able to go on your phone, and get on the Wi-Fi and stuff like that. But for now, put them away, put them on silent for me, that would be great. Just take them off the tables as well, so you're not tempted to go on them. I'll do a few introductions as well. I mean, a lot of people here have me as their assessor, but for those who don't, my name's Mick. I cover the north pretty much, although Matt's taken northeast off me, which was nice enough. So then we've got Matt there. So Matt's got more the other side. You've got the east, haven't you?
Yeah, all Newcastle.
Yeah,
Saxon.
all that way. You've got Becky at the back. Becky's based in Wolverhampton. She's got Midlandsy. And then, so you'll have all met us three pretty much, and then we've got Joe, who's just come back off sick, and Joe's gonna take some learners somewhere, but we're not quite sure where. But she's just coming back into work, but you'll be seeing Joe knocking around for most of the workshops and online stuff. And then most importantly, because we don't really count on this, we've got Duncan. So Duncan's come in to take the session today. He's, I mean, I'll let him do a proper introduction to himself, but he's a mindset coach, got a master's in sports psychology. So he's got some really good information. I've had a good few chats with him on the phone and blackboards and stuff like that. So he's got some really good stuff planned for you. So like I say, the more interactive you can be, the better it'll be for everyone, is my last point pretty much. Unless anyone's got any questions or any other staff got anything to mention? No? I'll hand you over to someone. Thank you very much.
Cool, good morning. Yeah, so my name's Duncan. I spent the last 5 years over in America. Both went over on a scholarship to play football. So I know Mick had mentioned some of you are looking at US scholarships. So if that's you and you've got any questions, I'm open to chatting about it at the time of my life. Now back in England, I run my own business. And so what I do is provide mindset coaching to athletes and people in business, both individually and teams as well. And I've got a little bit more about who I've been working with since I've been back. But it's really, really cool stuff. And the best thing about it is until you know about it or until you think about it, or you're aware of it, aware of what's going on internally with your mind and how your body's feeling, you don't know the power that's within you. Okay, and it's amazing the impact I've seen from the people that I've worked with so far, is once you're aware of it and you can apply different skills and strategies, how far you can go with the power of your mind. So we'll go through some of that today. There we go, so a little bit of background about me, if you can see it or not. So I did my undergraduate degree over here, and I come from a sports science and strength conditioning background. So that's kind of where I came from. Worked with Reading in the Premier League with their first team, and basically preparing them for performance on the physical side of things. From there I went over to America, like I said, and I did did an MBA alongside playing for the #2 team in the nation in 2013, which again was really, really cool and got me really fascinated by team culture. So yes, even if we're performing individually, collectively, what's the culture that we can buy into in our training and in our competition? From there, played various levels in America and coached at various levels, and then eventually got informally deported, and I'm back over here in England, which is obviously where I'm from. So now I'm running my own business, like I said, and I've been working with some really cool people. So just a couple of pictures that are quite cool on here, which is coaching at the college level, the top left. The top right is working with some Team GB athletes and coaches in gymnastics in December. Down at the bottom is working with it's a performance centre in Reading that's got all kinds of people coming out of it, which is brilliant. And then down here is one of the best moments of my life, where 76 seconds to go in the national semi-final, we scored a goal to go 3-2 up, and I can't remember what happened, but my shirt was off, and that's me jumping on top with no shirt on, so good times. A little bit about who I've been working with and everything. Obviously I can't go into specifics because everything that we do is confidential with individuals and some teams as well. But just a little insight of who I've been working with since I've been back in the UK, and who I'm working with in the USA and Canada even now as well. So definitely open to a handful of new clients if anyone does want to work with me after this, and you'll get all my contact information and things throughout the day, and I'll always be around to answer any questions. Okay? Sound good? Cool. As we're so lively, we'll do a little icebreaker and get going. So with the booklet that we have, okay, we've got a number of units that we're going to go through, but the information that you need to complete in the booklet isn't going to be in the order of the presentations. So I want you to just take 2 minutes now just to read through the booklet, so that basically you're planting a seed in your mind. So when you hear something in the presentation or on the screen, then it might trigger something that you need to fill in the workbook. Okay? And then we've got a few activities that we can go through. I love this. My girlfriend and I communicate almost exclusively in these things, and I've got loads of things throughout. So familiarise yourself with what might be coming through. Alright, good. So, what we want to do to start with is, I need everybody on your feet, nothing in your hands or anything, okay? Okay, so I'm a big component on being able to be present and making sure that we're actually here. We're not worrying about what's happened in the past, whether it's training this morning or what's happened in the last week. We're not focusing on what's coming up maybe later on today or in the week. So a few times today we're going to do a few breathing exercises which really allows us just to reset and refocus. Okay, so what I ask for with this is don't touch anybody else during these things because we're going to graduate to closing our eyes towards the end of the day, which is always fun with some groups when they start poking each other as you're trying to get people to focus internally. But I'm not sure how the volume's going to go with this, but we're going to be dead silent, okay, and listen to the beat. This one we'll do with our eyes open, and it's quite good because okay, that's not working. Matt, any ideas?
Good for you, stand up, anyway.
So we don't have to take it out of the video. Alright, so we've got the video up now, we're working, we're in business. So, this one's good because it gives you the actual instructions about when to breathe in and when to breathe out, and it's going to give you a little like dong whenever it's changing, okay? So all I'll ask you to do is just kind of be relaxed and just breathe in and breathe out as we just reset for the day, for the session. Okay, so it needs to be quiet so we can all hear it. Cool. We can, from here, just notice how you're feeling. Okay, a lot of times when we're rushing from thing to thing to thing and we're on social media all the time, or you know, whatever it is that we're doing work and jumping in, we don't take the time to just come back in and see how we're feeling, and it's so important with what we do. Okay, from here I need groups of 3. Okay, Groups of 3, nice and quick. We've got 10 seconds, make a group of 3. You need a pen in your hand for this. Pen in your hand, groups of 3. If there needs to be a couple of 4s, do a group of 4, that's okay. Say hello, get to know somebody new. On our feet, on our feet, on our feet. Okay, we good? So, I need 2 volunteers I'm going to demonstrate with. 2 volunteers.
Whoever you live.
Alright, good. Hey, here's something I'll tell you straight off the bat, okay? I'm more comfortable with the awkward silence than what you are. Okay, so when I ask the questions and if people are unsure whether to speak, hey, have that courage to speak, right? No answer is a wrong answer, no answer is a bad answer. We'll go through it, and I might ask what you mean by it, and we'll go through some more explanation, and then somebody else who may have had the same thought, we've all grown together, okay? And like I said, I'm good standing here with the awkward silence. It's a skill that you practice over a number of years, all right? So, 2 people here, have you got a pen? Cool. And you guys are going to stand face to face about a yard apart. So we're just going to do a fun game, fun reaction game to begin with, okay? So yard apart, hands by the side, eye contact the whole time. So what's going to happen is you've got player A, player B, and I'm the judge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to randomly, when I want to, shout the word draw, and it's a Wild West shootout. So I shout draw, and the arm comes up, and you've got to say bang. And it's all on the judges. The judge's decision is final. Who wins? Okay? You guys understand what's going on? Cool. Okay, so lock your eyes. Lock your eyes, lock your eyes. Draw! Yes, there we go, 1 there. Alright, so nice and simple like that. Rotate through, everyone plays each other twice. If you've got a group of 4, it'll just take slightly longer. Okay? Find a little bit of space and go through it. Alright, so shut this up. So listen, just a little bit of fun to break the ice and get going, maybe getting to know somebody. Oh, that's going to play anyway. Maybe getting to know somebody or have a little bit of fun with somebody that you don't know, okay? What we're going to do now is we're just going to do a quick little, it says survey, but just a little thing on our phones, just to kind of see what we know about sports psychology already, okay? So you can get your phone out, and then as it says at the top, go to kahoot.it, plug that number in, choose a nickname, whatever you want it to be, obviously clean, we're in a professional environment here, and then we'll get going once we're in, okay? There we go, now we're coming in. Are we nearly there? Anyone having issues? 30 seconds, let's get everyone in. Alright, so let's get going then. Let's get going. So what's going to happen is there's just going to be 4 questions. It's your individual answer. Again, there's no wrong answer. They're very basic. But it's just kind of give us a platform to move forward with. And we get this cool music to kind of go with. Anyone else? Are we good? Cool. So this is the question, and I'll give you the options here in a sec. You got 20 seconds to think about it quick. Good.